Circling it back to Nipsey real quick, what I will say is that I think one of the most underrated things about him is his ear for beats.
Yes.
I think out of all the rappers in his peer class, he probably had the best ear. He kind of that's why when that rumor kind of circulated,
him and Larry June to me. Probably the top two beat pickers out of that whole class that he's talking about.
Yeah, I agree.
From that's like years like 2008 to like 2010-ish, like people who came out in that era, like yeah.
That's why when that rumor, like in the like mid 2000s, when like Maybach music like first really started getting popping by Ross, and the rumor was that he was trying to sign Nipsey, I was like, oh yeah, that makes 100% perfect sense.
Yep.
Because to me, Nipsey damn near had his ear like Ross when it came to beats.
Yeah.
Because the thing that I really appreciated about some of Nipsey's projects was he would rap on like West Coast sounding shit, but he would also rap on like these like extravagant ass beats with like all these different instrument patterns and everything like that. Like
the elegant orchestral joints, like
hell yeah, he loved those type of beats. So when that rumor was started, I was like, oh yeah, I could totally see that happening. I wonder what would have happened if that signing would have actually taken place. That's one of those questions that I have in hip hop, like of my what ifs. If Ross would have signed Nipsey, how would that have panned out?
Nipsey could have been Meek Mill, like in the sense of popularity. You know what I mean? Like as big as Meek got, I think he kind of, through his own antics, which a lot of rappers do, you know what I mean? But through his own antics, his own weird Twitter outbursts and all types of shit like that, kind of messed up his own status. I mean, going to jail didn't help, but he had a solid second chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Jay-Z backing him and, you know, the fucking mayor and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have really choosing to beef with academics. So it's like, people kind of look at him like a clown. You know what I mean? Like, to keep it real. And then Nicki clowned him, and then Drake in the battle clowned him. So, like, he kind of lost his thing from the I'm a Boss Meek Mill days and the House Party Meek Mill days. Like back then, it was like, oh shit, this nigga's about to be one of them niggas. Like, he's not viewed that way no more. So I think Nipsey could have potentially been that, like, at the height of it. You know,
Nipsey could have been at Dodgers games, could have been at LA Clippers games. Both of them, you know.
Lakers games, y'all saw that one picture of him where when the Lakers was all getting ready to get in a fight, and Nipsey was finna get off the bench and start scrapping with them.
Yeah. So
and the thing that we also forget too, it's not like his stock wasn't about to rise. Like, he was dating Lauren London, and
I was going to close with that.
Family together, so it's not like his stock wasn't already going up. Again, we already mentioned the marathon clothing collab with Puma. His stock, he was on his way. Like, by the time he unfortunately left us. That's probably the most unfortunate thing about it, is that he kind of made it without like having to sign to like a big major or sign to another artist. Like, he really did it by himself in a way.
And I think the most unfortunate thing is, and then Marcus, I'm gonna let you, you know what I'm saying, kind of close out what you was gonna say. I think to me the most unfortunate thing about it is the fact that it's everything outside of the music that he was doing. It's you know, he was buying properties in his neighborhood, he's buying businesses in his neighborhood, he's hiring people from his neighborhood, he's like making a way legally for all of these people who, you know, realistically don't see another way out because they gangbang every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gotta watch out for ops and shit like that all the time. Like, you know, there's not really a lot of opportunity in the inner city. We all know this, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, he's providing those things for the people in his area. And even in his music, a lot of times he was talking about, you know, bringing rival gangs together and stuff like that. He was like, my so-called enemies. He was like, why are we actually enemies though? Because you grew up over there and I grew up over here. Well, if I grew up over there, I would have been that. And if you grew up over here, you would have been this. So really, what's the difference between us? Like, you know what I'm saying? He was starting to put stuff like that in his music. So the fact that he's doing all of this positive stuff, but also because, you know, everybody's at least two people. You know, there's the real, I'm not sure to pronounce his name, so I don't want to disrespect it, but there's I think Ermias was his first name. There's that. And then there's Nipsey, you know what I'm saying? AKA Tiny Thundercat from Rolling 60s. You know what I'm saying? And that guy was there that day when he got killed, allegedly. You know, if you know the story, then you know the story. We're not really getting into that. But so the fact that him essentially it really is the Dave Chappelle joke in real life when keeping it real goes wrong. You know, from what we know, again, like, you know, from the stuff that's out there.